Good evening to our subject advisor, Mrs. Socorro Gemma Agranum. I am Onil T. Hernandez and we will be presenting our report entitled Six Sigma and Lean Six Sigma, together with my partner, Ms. Jenna Rose Bristol. Here are the learning objectives for this report. First, explain how Six Sigma methodology helps companies to identify and fix major and minor issues in a process. Secondly, to know the two sub-concepts of Six Sigma, which are DMAIC and DMADV, in improvement of the process or product, and lastly, to know the difference between Six Sigma and Lean Six Sigma in improving the profitability of the companies. Six Sigma is a process improvement technique that aims for 99.99966% perfection in any process. In other words, it allows not more than 3.4 defects per million opportunities. This methodology helps operations managers identify and fix major and minor issues in a process and enhance overall quality. This is achieved by applying the principles of statistics. The objective of Six Sigma is to design an environment where companies perform continuous improvement and thereby make their customers happy by meeting their expectations. Basically, ang Lean Six Sigma certificates ay hindi exclusive na ino-offer sa mga accountant. Kinukuha rin ito ng mga doctor, engineer, IT, call center, agent, supervisor, manager, or kahit anong klaseng role or rank and file sa inyong kumpanya ay pwede niyong kunin ang Lean Six Sigma certificate. Pero syempre, may mga parameters at mga requirements na dapat mong i-take up or dapat mong ma-comply, like passing the examination and actually completing a project in your current company applying the Six Sigma methodologies. According to Mike Harvey and Richard Schroeder, they define Six Sigma as a business process that allows companies to drastically improve their bottom line by designing and monitoring everyday business activities in ways that minimize waste and resources while increasing satisfaction. The term Six Sigma is based on statistical modeling whereby the maturity, stability, and conformance with expected accuracy yields is described by a Six Sigma rating. This yield relates to the percentage of total production that is defect-free. PPM relates to the number of parts per million out of specification. In other words, it represents the number of defects per million opportunities or DMO. Therefore, the table shows that at Six Sigma, a process has 3.4 DPMO or conversely, 99.99966% of all opportunities to produce are statistically expected to be free of defects. Let's consider a process where the auditor selected a random sample of 50 transactions representative of the population for testing. 5 of the 50 transactions tested are found to have a reportable condition. So there is 10% error rate. So 5 divided 50 times 100 equals to 10%. By extrapolation, that means there to be 100,000 defects per million, which puts the sigma level between 2.7 and 2.8 sigma, quite a failing process. It is important to know, however, that given the limited resources available in many organizations that can be allocated to quality improvement, it could become prohibitively expensive to achieve precision at the Six Sigma level. Despite this, organizations should create a general culture and related operating practices where the pursuit of excellence and perfection is constant, and efforts are made in the most cost-effective and practical way possible to reduce error rates. So, management should determine an appropriate Sigma level for their most important processes and work toward achieving it. Ang purpose ng Six Sigma is to increase the effectiveness of the organization by identifying and removing the causes of defects. The result is better functioning processes that are more efficient and have near zero errors, so quality improves. Over the years, Six Sigma has also been applied to service organizations with positive results. The reason is that the tools and techniques are applicable in any environment where processing activities are performed. These attributes are consistent with the objectives of other quality control methodologies such as total quality management, total quality control, and continuous quality improvement. Six Sigma relies heavily on statistical methods, but it also creates an infrastructure of subject matter experts who are experts on the methodology and tools. Each project follows a defined sequence of phases and steps that aim to reduce errors, improve customer satisfaction, reduce cycle time, reduce pollution, or minimize rework. This is achieved through efficiency and near zero mistakes based on some guiding principles. Good processes generate good results. It is imperative to go see for yourself to fully understand the current situation. Speak with data managed by facts. Take action to contain and correct the root cause of problems. Work as a team. And quality is everyone's business. So ito yung DMAIC project methodology. D stands for define, F stands for measure, A stands for analyze, I stands for improve, and C stands for control. DMAIC ginagamit o ina-apply sa mga process na existing na within the company. So for future or further improvement na ito sa existing process. Define. You should identify what's the problem in the process. Ano yung gusto ng mga customer at ano yung opportunity for improvement. Halimbawa, enrollment sa LSPU dati. Ang problema doon, bakit mahaba ang pila ng enrollment sa LSPU? At ilang oras ba it takes the enrollment? So manghingi ka ng mga surveys sa mga estudyante, ano ba ang gusto nila? Identify mo ang further improvement na pwedeng i-apply to improve the process. Measure. You do quantitative analysis. Dito talaga magme-measure kung ano yung current situation or identify or you quantify or you calculate what's current situation before the improvement. Ano ba yung problema? Gaano ba kahaba yung process o gaano katagal yung queuing sa pila sa LSPU? Bakit ganito ang sitwasyon? Ano yung current situation? Remember, you cannot measure, you cannot control. Analyze. You should determine what's the defect in the process. You identify saan yung backlog, saan naiipit yung process. You identify ano ba ang magiging problema. Ano yung mga dahilan kung bakit naiipit yung enrollment. So, you further do analysis on the measurement or the data you already gathered. Improve. Based on the analysis you done on the data you gathered, you apply the improvement and you have to make sure that you focus on the defects cited in the define phase. At syempre, when you do the improvement and you see that it's already meeting the customer requirements and answering all the problems in the define phase, control means that you have to monitor and make sure that the consistency of the process is present all the time. Hindi pwede yung okay siya ngayong buwan tapos next month hindi na naman okay. Pero pwede naman magkaroon ng mga outliers depending on some certain or peculiar events, pero given the business as usual scenario, dapat yung improvement will always be in place. So simply saying that the DMAIC procedures, so usually ina-apply yan sa mga process na existing now within the company. In general, the DMAIC methodology is used for existing processes, while DMADV, also known as Design for Six Sigma, is used when building a new or highly modified process or product. So, ang DMADV, yung D stands for define, M stands for measure, A stands for analyze, D stands for design, V stands for verify. DMADV, ito yung process o methodology na ginagamit kapag mag-create ka pa lang ng new process or product. The objective of this one is kapag may new product launch ka, o new services na gagawin, it is already a Six Sigma process. I mean, from the start of creating that service or product, it is already qualified as Six Sigma. Design. You will create surveys and base your information on historical data, identifying ano ba ang gusto ng mga customer dun sa new product na ilalunch mo. So basically, nagmamarket ba sila? For example, gagawa ka ng pizza. So, anong klaseng pizza na gagawin mong new sa market na magugustuhan ng mga tao o bibili talaga ng product na yan. Measure. Based on the gathered information or surveys, you identify the specification o mga requirements to meet the customer needs. You identify, for example, pizza na gagawin mo. Ano yung consisting ingredients? Ano yung mga equipment na iyong kakailanganin? Analyze. You will analyze alternative solutions sa mga problem or measurements. For example, mahal yung ingredients, ano pa ba yung alternative pero magbibigay pa rin ng same quality dun sa product na gagawin mo? Design. Ito na yung gagawin nyo na yung actual product. Sometimes magkakaroon ng revisions dito based on the analyze phase. Minsan magkakaroon dito ng closed group para magkaroon ng feedback dun sa output na inyong product kasi may mga testing na gagawin bago mo i-actual launch sa public yung product. Verify. Ginagawa ito to make sure that all specification of the product or services meets the requirement of the customer. Kasi bago ka magkaroon ng launching sa public or issue ng isang product, dapat lahat ng quality and specification is na-meet para dun sa mga customers kasi sila yung bibili. Ayaw mo kasi magkaroon ng premature launching ng product mo, yung kulang-kulang pa siya. So at least kapag nagsimula ka ng product na ginamitan mo na agad ng DMADV, wala nang magiging waste doon. Tama na yung pagkaka-arrange ng manufacturing alignment. Wala nang magiging delay sa process kasi from the start, you already applied the Six Sigma methodologies. The DMAIC methodology is designed for existing process or products that aren't meeting customer needs or performing to standards. When a business needs to develop a product or process that doesn't already exist, or when a product has been optimized but still falls short, that's when you want to use DMADV. Based on the depth of training and experience, there are various levels at which professionals can get themselves upskilled. Black belt. Professionals who are black belt certified can take up large-scale projects and assess the impact that Six Sigma can bring to the table for an organization. They will be able to break down complex activities into simpler tasks and apply the concept of Six Sigma to achieve business goals. Green belt. Green belt certified professionals are generally the team leaders in a company and work in a specific industry like pharmaceuticals, manufacturing, healthcare, etc. They should often implement improvement techniques in various processes in the organization. Yellow belt. People of this level work closely with corporate leaders who are usually black belt certified. Yellow belt certified professionals contribute their part in terms of defect elimination to the project and the team they are working in. Lastly, yung white belt. In white belt certification, fundamentals of process optimization, waste minimization are taught to young professionals. Ideals individuals who take up white belt certification are the ones who did not have any formal training earlier in their career.
Imagine you've been tasked with a really important project at work. The company you're working for produces luxury cars. The production numbers are going down and a lesser number of cars are getting manufactured each day. There also seems to be an issue with the quality of the windshield wipers that go on these cars. The question you are faced with: is there a way for the company to stop the stall and production and increase the production per day from 1,000 to 2,000? Also, is there a way to find out what's causing the drop in the wiper quality? There is Six Sigma. Six Sigma gives you the tools and techniques to determine what's making the manufacturing process slow down, how you can eliminate the delays, improve the process, and fix further issues along the way. The concept was introduced in 1986 by Bill Smith while working for Motorola. Since then, Six Sigma has seen worldwide adoption. Six Sigma aims to reduce the time, defects, and variability experienced by processes in an organization. Thanks to Six Sigma, you can produce a defect-free product 99.9996% of the time, allowing only 3.4 errors per 1 million opportunities. Six Sigma also increases customer loyalty towards the brand, improves employee morale, leading to higher productivity. Six Sigma has two major methodologies, DMAIC and DMADV. Let's look at the first methodology. DMAIC is an acronym for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control. Let's have a look at each of these stages individually and how it relates to your earlier problem. In the define phase, you determine what issues you're facing, what your opportunities for improvement are, and what the customer requires of you. Here, you look at the process as a whole and determine the issues with the manufacturing process. In this case, finding out why the cars had varying windshield wiper quality and how to optimize the current process to manufacture more cars. In the measure phase, you determine how the process is performing currently in its unaltered state. You determine the current number of cars that are manufactured in a day. In the current scenario, 1,000 cars are manufactured in a day, and each of these cars are outfitted with a pair of windshield wipers by one of 30 machines used. Some of the metrics measured are how many cars are produced in a day, time taken to assemble a car, how many windshield wipers were attached in a day, time that takes them to do so, defects detected from each machine on assembly completion, and so on. Following this, in the analyze phase, you determine what caused the defect or variation. On analyzing previous data, you find out that one of the machines that installed in the windshield wiper was not performing as well as it was supposed to. Production was taking longer since a car chassis was being moved across the different locations lower as cranes had to individually pick and drop the frame. This was because the wheels were attached to the car only in the last stage. Next, in the improve phase, you make changes to the manufacturing process and ensure the defects are addressed. You replace the faulty machines that install the windshield wiper with another one. You also find a way to save time by attaching wheels on the frame in the initial stages of the manufacturing process. Unlike how it was done earlier, now the car can be moved across the assembly area faster. And finally, in the control phase, you make regular adjustment to control new processes and future performance. Based on the changes made, the company was able to reduce production time and manufacture about 2,000 cars a day with a higher quality of output. DMAIC is one of the most commonly used methodologies in the world. It focuses on improving the existing products of the organization. The second methodology is DMADV, which is short for Define, Measure, Analyze, Design, and Verify. It is used when the company has to create a new product or service from scratch. It is also called DFSS or Design for Six Sigma. Let's take the scenario where the company decides to build a new model of sports car. In the define phase, you define the requirements of the customer based on inputs from customer historical data, industry research. You determine what you need to ensure your car becomes a success. The data collected indicates customers are drawn to cars which can achieve more than 150 miles per hour. Customers are also more inclined towards cars which have V6 engines and an aerodynamic frame. Then, in the measure phase, you use the customer's requirements to create a specification. This specification helps define the product in a measurable method so that data can be collected and compared with specific requirements. Some of the major specifications that you focus on are the top speed, engine type, and type of frame. In the analyze phase, you analyze the product to determine whether there are better ways to achieve the desired result. Areas of improvement are determined and tested. Based on the analysis of the prototype created in this phase, you find that the product satisfies just about all of the customer requirements except the top speed. So research begins on an aluminum alloy that could possibly meet the speed requirements of the customer. Following this, the design phase. Based on the learnings from the analysis phase, the new process or product is designed. Revisions are made to the model and the car is manufactured with a new material. The analysis phase is repeated based on the new design. You also bring a focus group and see how they receive it. Based on their feedback, further changes are made. And finally, in the verify phase, you check whether the end result meets or exceeds customer requirements. Once you launch your brand new sports car, you collect customer feedback and incorporate it into future designs, and guess what? Your customers are loving the new design, and that is the MADV. Six Sigma has also found success in a number of different industries, such as the petrochemical, healthcare, banking, government, and software, are some of the industries that have utilized the concepts of Six Sigma to achieve their business goals. Needless to say, Six Sigma works much better than all other Sigma variants such as 1 Sigma, 2 Sigma, 3 Sigma, 4 Sigma, and 5 Sigma. One biggest advantage of Six Sigma is that it is so adaptable that the concept can be applied to any and every industry under the sun. Even after so many years of its inception, Six Sigma is still the first go-to tool for a manager to solve problems of the organization he or she is working for.
Now let's go with Lean Six Sigma. But before that, let's discuss first what is Lean. Lean is the elimination of all forms of non-value added work from the customer's perspective in business transaction and processes. Next slide. To understand the value, first is non-value add. In lean terms, value is always defined by the customer and there are three ways that can categorize the value. First is non-value add. It is the waste or muda. Is typically referred to as a non-value added activity. As you can see dun sa meaning dun sa lean, it's elimination of non-value added. It means elimination of waste. Ito yung mga hindi nagbibigay ng worth sa customer or sa business. Second one is essential activities are called value add activities for which the customer is willing to pay for. So yung raw materials, itatransform yung product from raw materials transform into finished form in which the customer is willing to pay. Finally, there are some activities that fall somewhere in the middle and we call business non-value add activities. These tasks must be completed even if they are not traditionally defined as value add. An example of a business non-value add activity would be tasks required to meet regulatory or legal requirements. These actions are not defined as adding value to a process from the customer's point of view, but they cannot be avoided or eliminated. So the key concept nung lean is the elimination of waste. Yung waste can be defined as anything na hindi siya nag-a-add to the customer or nag-a-add value to the customer. Yung activity or process is only value added when three conditions are met. Those are yung activity must transform the product or services. The second one is customer must be willing to pay for it. And the third one is it must be done correctly first time. Next slide po. The lean method ensures high quality and customer satisfaction. It helps, lean helps in reduces processes cycle time. The second one is improved product or services delivery time. Three, eliminate the chance of defect generation. The fourth one is reduces inventory levels. And the fifth one is optimize resources towards key improvements among others. Next slide po. To understand yung lean, it's important to know what is exactly waste or yung sinatawag nating non-value add activities. We all know naman ng lean, according to what I've discussed earlier, is about the reduction of waste. So lean defines different types of waste. These are motion, transportation, waiting, overproduction, inventory, overprocessing, and rework. Next slide. So, yung types of waste, we have the waste of motion. This kind of waste includes movement of employees or yung mga machinery, which complicated and unnecessary. They can cause injuries, extended production time, and more. In other words, do whatever is necessary to arrange a process where workers need to do as little as possible to finish their job. So example nito is going to the printer, walking between offices, and searching missing information. There is a waste in motion. The second one is transportation. This type of waste is when you move resources or yung materials and the movement doesn't add value to the product. Excessive movement or of materials can be costly to your business and cause damage to quality. Often, transportation may force you to pay additional for time, space, and machinery. Example is moving documents, multiple handoffs of electronic data, and excessive email attachments. So there is a waste in transportation. The third one is waiting. This is probably the easiest way you can recognize. Whenever goods or tasks are not moving, the waiting waste occurs. It is easily identifiable because lost time is the most obvious thing you can detect. For example, goods waiting to be delivered, equipment waiting to be fixed, or a document waiting for executive's approval. Next one is overproduction. Keeping in mind that waste is anything that the customer is unwilling to pay for. Ayaw bayaran ng customer. Or it is easy to realize why overproduction is moda or waste. Producing more means that you exceed customers' demand, which leads to additional cost. Actually, overproduction triggers the other six ways to appear. The reason is that excess products or tasks require additional transportation, excessive motion, greater waiting time, and so on. Furthermore, if occasionally a defect appears during overproduction, it means your team will need to rework more units. Next one is inventory. So, excessive inventory is often the result of a company holding just in case inventories. In such cases, companies overstock themselves in order to meet unexpected demand, protect from production delays or yung mga low quality or other problems. However, these excessive inventories often don't meet customers' needs and don't add value. They only increase storage and depreciation cost. Next one is overprocessing. Yung type of waste usually reflects on doing work that doesn't bring additional value. Hindi siya nag-add value. Or it brings more value than required. Such things can be adding extra features to a given product that nobody will use. But they increase your business cost. For example, if a car manufacturer decides to put a TV screen in the back trunk of a vehicle, probably nobody will use it or find value in it. Even more, it will cost resources and it will increase the end price of the product for something that customers are not willing to pay for. The last one is rework or let's say defects. Or defects can cause rework. Or even worse, they can lead to scrap. Usually defective work should go back to production again, which costs valuable time. Moreover, in some cases, an extra working area is required, which comes with additional exploitation of labor and tools. Next slides, please po. Para ma-improve yung business process to the elimination of waste, meron tayong set of lean tools and principle para nga ma-improve yung ating business processes. So first one is yung FS. Alam naman natin yung FS, yung sort and etc. Ito yung focuses on cleanliness on an organization while improving profits and efficiency. Yung Canva naman is a visual method naman siya para ma-manage yung task and workflow. Yung Canva enables users visualize the workflow to identify yung mga issues in the process tapos i-fix them. Yung pull system or is a lean technique for reducing the waste of any production process. Applying a pull system allows you to start new work only there is a customer demand for it. This allows you to reduce overhead and optimize storage cost. Next one is standardized work. In lean manufacturing, standardized work is a means of establishing the precise procedures to make products in the safest, easiest, and most effective ways based on current technologies. And next one is SMED, meaning known is single minute exchange of dies. Ginagamit to in manufacturing to reduce equipment change over time. Yung goal ng SMED or single minute exchange of dies is complete niya yung as many steps as possible while yung equipment is still running or processing para daw makapag-save ng time and quickly change over to processing the next product. Yung flow or lean flow is about how items or people we are dealing with in a process move from the first step to the last. Obviously, the intention in lean flow is to move the item or product through the process as quick as possible without any risk to quality and customer satisfaction. Next one is mistake proofing or also known as error proofing or yung pokayoke. It's a method for taking steps to the mistake proof a process. It is a foundational tool of both Lean, which targets waste, and Six Sigma, which focuses on defects with the goal of eliminating every mistake by creating systems that either immediately prevent or detect them. The last one is tack time. Put simply, tack time refers to the amount of time a manufacturer has per unit to produce enough goods to fulfill customer demand. Frequently used within a lean production line, tack time is an essential tool in ensuring that goods flow through each build station in the most efficient manner. These methodologies help in optimizing the waste production and are often used together to maximize result. Next slide po. So we are here to discuss Lean Six Sigma. Lean Six Sigma is a management concept used to effectively improve business processes based on the combination of different tools of Lean and Six Sigma. Ayun yung pinagsamang Lean at Six Sigma. We discussed earlier yung Lean, which is elimination of waste, while yung Six Sigma, na-discuss din siya yung reduces defects by addressing issues quickly or reducing the variation. Six Sigma is all about reducing variation or enhancing the process control, whereas yung Lean drives out the waste that is non-value added activities and promotes work standardization. So Lean reduces waste through simplification of a process, plus Six Sigma, which is reduces defects by addressing issues quickly. Pag pinagsama, Lean Six Sigma, which is Six Sigma is accelerated by Lean, problem solving plus improving processes and delivers greater results. So pag ginamit natin Lean Six Sigma, meron tayong greater results na makukuha. Next slide po. So not all manufacturing activities in a factory add value to the product. These activities are referred to as waste because they do not directly enhance the value of the product. As the name itself implies, Six Sigma combines both Lean and Six Sigma to utilize the concept from both the process. Lean Six Sigma is a process improvement methodology designed to eliminate problems, remove waste, and inefficiency, and improve working conditions to provide a better response to customer needs. It combines the tools, method, and principle of Lean and Six Sigma into one popular and powerful methodology for improving your organization's operations. So let's go through some of the basics for Lean Six Sigma. So in Lean Six Sigma methodology is effective. First one, in Lean and Six Sigma complement each other. The two methods complement each other, working together to identify errors and waste more efficiently than using just one method. The second one is I lean accelerate Six Sigma. Third one is comprehensive tool set to increase the speed and effectiveness of any processes. We discuss yung different tools so that we can increase and the speed and effectiveness. Fourth one is increase revenue and reduce cost and improve collaboration. So kapag ginamit yung Lean Six Sigma, we can increase revenue and reduce costs because what we have discussed, tinatanggal nga yung mga waste sa Lean Six Sigma. Next slide po. So, now let's see why we need Lean Six Sigma after all. Ba't nga ba natin kailangan yung Lean Six Sigma? So, first is helping the organization make more money by improving customer value and efficiency. Doon nga na-discuss natin, di ba, hindi tinatanggal natin yung mga hindi nag-add value to sa customer. So, in result, na-improve yung customer value and efficiency. The second one is generally this methodology focuses on improving quality that is reducing waste and variation by helping the organization to produce products or services better and faster and cheaper. Many companies choose to ignore the importance of quality in their regular operations and product offering. It is important to outline the impact that this ignorance will have on the bottom line of such companies. Next slide po. Organization face rising costs and increasing competition every day. These ones that implement Lean Sigma correctly achieve significant benefits that contribute to competitive advantage and to changing the culture and organization for reactive problem solving to proactive problem prevention. So we have Lean Sigma benefits. First, Lean Six Sigma achieve faster processes. The faster processes by removing all forms of non-value added work according to 7 types of waste. The second one is higher quality. Aims to realize that higher quality in terms of process stability and capability through the reduction of variation and the elimination of defects. The third one is increased customer satisfaction. Since the methodology involves a strong focus on customer needs and requirements, another significant benefits of using the tools and concept on Lean Six Sigma is an increased customer satisfaction. Since ini-eliminate nga natin yung na hindi nag-a-add value dun sa customer, magkakaroon ng satisfaction yung customer. The fourth one is cost savings or sales increase. The primary desired benefit of all process improvement activities within the scope of Lean Six Sigma is a reduction in cost by achieving streamlined processes that are completed faster and more efficiently. Less resources are required, resulting in decreased costs in less variation and defects, lead to less of poor quality. Cost of poor quality includes costs that arise due to a gap between the desired and actual product or service quality. On the other hand, Lean Six Sigma increases revenue by enabling an organization to do more with less. So last, it improve employee morale and skills. Finally, the major benefit of Lean Six Sigma is an increase in employee engagement and effectiveness. Lean Six Sigma not only reduces costs and increases revenue, it positively affects people by engaging them and improving the way they work by involving employees in Lean Six Sigma projects. They gain a greater appreciation for the impact of the work they do on bottom line business result as well as the appreciation for how the works of other employees and departments also contribute to success, and once employee skills learned through their trainings or project, they can proactively continue to improve their business processes and based on a well-established methodology. Next slide po. These are the references that we use in this study. Thank you.